Good morning. Bill Hurtado with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. Frederick's about 25 miles north of Denver right here, so don't be confused when you see my cell number at the end with a 714 prefix. You know, everybody's from somewhere else. So keep in mind we're 25 miles north of Denver, and it is my privilege today to show you the latest thing to come in here. This came in last week. It is a 2023 Newmar Super Star, model 4059. My personal favorite floor plan, and hopefully you'll agree when I point some things out. Let's talk about the chassis on this first. This is the Freightliner M2 106. 106 is the number that tells us the distance from here to the very front. So our cab is 106 inches right here. Being a Super C, one of the big appeals to the Super C is the fact that you sit up very high. You don't have that daunting windshield in front of you like Class A diesel pushers do. It's just so enormous, it kind of makes people a little uncomfortable. This looks just like a big truck. And being up high like that, you can see over that car in front of you on down the road. And then you also have the cab access. So easy getting in and out of this thing. So 3 ways in, 3 ways out. Actually, there's 4. I have an egress door. I got to show you that when we get back to the back. So very nice appeal to a lot of people for a Super C. The other big reason is the increased tow capacity. So we have a 20,000 pound tow capacity on this Super C right here. Likelihood of you exceeding that is pretty slim. If it does turn out that way, not to worry. I have models with a 112-inch cab right here that go up to 30,000 pounds. But for now, this is probably going to be ample for you in everything you want to do. So I want to talk a little bit about this. Right off the bat, this has the most magnificent paint job, and not just color, although the color is fabulous on this thing. I really love it. This really stands out, catches the eye. It's a beautiful setup. Now, Newmar does a BASF brand of paint on this with multiple layers of clear. That's why you really don't feel a transition in the paint right here. Also, this unit is equipped with the flush mount slides. So very even right here. And that's important because the slides that do stick out, they rely on that bulb seal with you traveling 70 miles an hour down the road and rain coming in at you. They can actually allow some water intrusion that way, where it doesn't happen on this one. Also, you don't get any whistling noise with that sticking out a little bit right here. The flush slide eliminates all those problems, and it looks fantastic. As we go around, I'm probably going to mention this a few times, but there's multiple cameras on this unit. So we've got them up front integrated in with the turn signals, so you can see when you're changing lanes or trying to maneuver around something kind of tight there. No blind spots. If there's a car down over here and you don't see it in your convex mirror, you can obviously see it as soon as you hit that turn signal to move over on either side, of course. And there is a camera up here by the entry door as well. So that's part of the 360 degree camera view, which I will demonstrate when we get inside into the cab area there. So full vision around this entire unit. It is an option that is included on this particular unit. So as we work our way around, I want to point out a few things. Over here we've got a really nice ozite lined compartment, and you'll see the red hose down the right side over there. That goes down to a hot water tap underneath this thing. So hooking a hose up to that, you can spray some hot water out here for, let's say, cleaning the windshield or washing up or whatever you need some hot water for. It's nice and having it accessible over on this side right here. All of these doors have the electric locks, which you can operate from inside as you go in the door. Let's say you're ready to take off on your trip and gosh, Did I lock all my doors with the key? Well, you can unlock and lock every one of them with the touch of a button. So very nice there. Over here, more of the same, bigger compartment. That has the bag with the central vac hose and attachments in it. Normally, I think I would probably keep that under the bed, but there's other stuff under the bed, and I'm going to show you that when we get inside as well. Another really nice feature that was included on this unit when we ordered it in is having the outside refrigerator slash freezer. So that is on a slide tray, so it'll come out here for you. And then, of course, you can get into access anything that you want inside there. Like I say, refrigerator or freezer. Most people like to have the extra freezer space. Although, with this unit having the residential Whirlpool 19.7 cubic foot fridge with ice maker inside, this would be just for some extra stuff. Perhaps you're sitting out here on the patio underneath your 2 Girard Nova awnings for full patio coverage, and you just want to keep some cold drinks in here. So nice to have that as well. This one here has a top hinge because of the slide being up above right there. So here is where your outdoor TV with your Bose sound bar is. Down low, a lot of positive feedback from people having the TV down low right here. Sitting out here on your patio, you've got your lawn chairs, you're at eye level watching that, not getting the kink in your neck looking up when the TVs are way up here. It's a totally different dynamic. Also, you've got speaker control out here. So you can either listen to the TV through the sound bar, or you can have the radio inside playing and that'll play through the sound bar, depending on which position you select. So very nice. There is a switch for the docking lights inside, helps you at night get maneuvered into your spot. This has the Michelin tire on it, Michelin tires all the way around, and the high gloss Alcoa one-piece aluminum wheels. Now, just to point out, the compartments you've seen so far, you notice they only go back about this far. And because of the configuration on a Super C, you have the front engine, transmission, drive line, and rear axle. So they can't go straight across with the compartments there. But since that apparatus ends at this point, now we have the ability to have some pass-through over here. So this particular unit does have the slide tray back here, which is very nice. Makes it easy to access stuff that's further back in the tray back there. You have additional awning control units over here if you want to operate your awning from outside manually with a switch. I may forget to mention it when we go inside, but there's obviously the control panel above the door, and there is a remote for the awning. So you can operate both those awnings independently, stop them anywhere along the line. Nice setup there. You saw the hose kit and attachments in the bag up front for the central vac. So now that central vac, you can hook your hose up out here or to a port inside. That hose is long enough to reach each end of the unit, hence the name central vac. All right, another AC outlet out here for other stuff you may want to do out on the patio. You can see this is also a full pass-through down below right here, and that goes in underneath the frame. What I really love about Newmar is this feature right here. So in the back, we have this storage area that, again, 100% positive feedback from Super Star owners. You've got 2 large shelf units up here, and then you've got your flat pass-through going this way. Not a pass-through, but very deep storage there, as you can see. So really nice area for stuff that you want to carry back here. I did mention that we have the 20,000 pound hitch on here. So that's the 3-inch receiver. And then we also have a plug-in here for let's say stacker trailer camera back in the back, and then of course the 7-way plug and 4-way plug. So depending on what you want to tow, you're ready to go. No modifications necessary. So speaking of the hitch right there, that has the units right here. This is going to be pretty heavy. 2 5/16 one side, 2 inch on the other side. That is one heavy ball mount. And then this pin is larger than most that you see, easy to pull in and out, but that has to be for that 20,000 pound capacity. And if you want to drop down to a normal size, the 2.5 inch, of course your sleeve here will go in and adapt that down for you. Looking over here, dumping tanks is never a fun thing to do, and especially not having to, let's say, get down on your hands and knees and get underneath the thing, and it just makes it difficult to open your valves manually. This has the electric dump valves on this, so push button operation on that as well. I didn't mention this, but really nothing to see here, just the continuation from the other side. However, I will mention, this has the outlet here for a stacker trailer if you want to have 30 amps of power going back to the stacker trailer back there. So maybe you have air conditioning, or, you know, the mother-in-law apartment. Be nice if she had a microwave back there. All right, so I've got the wet bay, as we call it, opened up out here so you can kind of see what's going on. Working from the left, the blue line over there, that is your winterize connection. So you see the clear hose coming off the bottom down there. Makes it very easy to winterize this unit yourself in about 15 minutes. You should be able to do the whole thing in about with about 2 gallons of antifreeze. So nice money-saving feature right there. Good way for you to know your coach too. Understand where all the valves are, and you'll get in a rhythm. If you decide to pull this thing out and use it in the middle of winter when it's 5 degrees outside, you can winterize and de-winterize rapidly for whatever trip you care to do. Also, you can see, of course, we got hot and cold running water outside here on the outside shower. And then we have a water supply that's on a power retract reel. So you can hook up at the campground quite easily there. Another nice thing that Newmar does is they put in this section right here so your door can be closed. Aesthetically, everything keeps looking nice, especially on this unit, and just makes it really nice for usability that way. Continuing working to the right, I've got hot and cold line drains. So if you want to drain that water off and get everything out of the system, very easy to do. Now keep in mind, those are line drains over there. On the opposite side, there was a freshwater tank drain. Because you carry 150 gallons of water on this, they use a fairly large drain on that thing, so it drains off in, 10 minutes instead of 2.5 hours. Water pump switch outside over here. No having to run back inside, turn the pump on, come out here and do what you want to do. You also have full water filtration system. So this filters the entire system front to back. Fresh tank fill is, in my opinion, a priceless feature. Instead of sitting there and gravity fill and gurgling and burping and not, walking away, not knowing when it's full, this will take water off of your city fill, and when you go to the autofill position, it will start to fill up that freshwater tank. When it gets to the top, you see it shooting out underneath. Turn it back to the normal position, you're on your way with a full tank. So that happens in a matter of minutes as well, so much faster. And then of course we already talked about our electric gate valves for the black tank and the gray tank. So very simple, very easy to do everything. That sewer hose has its own little compartment right here. And if you look close in there, you'll see that that has a hole down in the bottom. The intention there is to get some air moving in there for that stinky hose. Hopefully you rinsed it out a little bit when you used it. But now it's not going to penetrate the inside of the coach with any odors right there, and very easy access because you need it right here. I have the generator running on this, and I do on purpose because I'm so impressed with what Cummins has done with their diesel generators. Not only are they encased and have special exhaust with a resonator that takes out the thumping noise, but they run at a lower RPM and they're really, really quiet. This one has the upgraded 8,000 watt generator in it. 8,000 is important to me because now I know I can run both air conditioners and the microwave simultaneously. So super nice feature having that extra size right there. All right. Over here, this unit has the 8 6-volt batteries on a slide tray. That is a good indicator right off the bat. When you see this bank of batteries, then you know you're looking at an all-electric coach. So those 8 batteries right there have very nice reserve capacity for lots of power, and that will feed into your 2,800 watt inverter over here. And then this is also coupled with the expansion of the 4 sun solar panels, giving you 400 watts of power full time on that. So it's like the perfect system right here.
Bill, we do have a question.
Oh, we have a question.
Yep. Can you state the tire sizes?
Yes, I sure can. This is a 295/80 22.5. So if I'm correct, I'm not a tire guy, but I think I know the answer here. 295 is 295 centimeters across the tread this way. 80 is your profile up this way. And then 22.5 is your diameter of the wheel itself. Okay? All right. So the hydraulic unit for your jacks is over here, and since that tucks back quite a ways there, in the unlikely event you need service on that thing, it's very easy for the technician to pull the pins and slide that out and be able to access every part of that pump system that's on there. Now, the Oasis. Many of you have heard of Aquahot. Newmar purposely uses Oasis on their system. This will provide you 2 different things. It will give you a circulatory route of glycol, which is inside a tank inside this thing, that's heated and gives you comfort heating throughout the unit with different registers in different areas. So very nice even heating through the entire unit. Also gives you unlimited hot water because your hot water line runs through this thing several times. So taking a shower or needing a lot of hot water, you can just keep going and going. What I love that Newmar has done that I'm not seeing on other brands is this has heater hoses coming off from the engine. So when you're traveling down the road, you don't have to enable the Chinook system here to heat up that vessel of glycol. You're doing it essentially for free from the engine coolant that runs through this thing. So I just don't get why the other guys aren't doing it, but Newmar does, and that's what's important. So you've always got comfort heating and hot water when you're traveling down the road. Okay? All right. So over here, oh, sorry, I pointed over there for the inverter, but the inverter's over here. There was a power transfer switch also over here, and then the power retract on your 50 amp cord. Once again, that'll drop down into the boot so you can keep the door closed, and everything just looks nice and clean that way. Over here you've got cable TV hookup at campgrounds, or if you wanted to have an outside satellite dish to use separately, you can do that. This already has the AutoSat dish on it. Okay, so we carry 100 gallons of fuel on this thing, and inside here is a fuel fill and then your def tank right next to it. Well, we've got a similar door over on the other side, so those two 50-gallon tanks that are plumbed together, you can fill from either side. Nice feature there. I'm going to show you some stuff once we get inside on the cab here, but some things not easy to see I wanted to point out from here. So we do have a chassis battery disconnect right down here, so very easy to get to. We've got our air ride seats. Very nice setup right there. And then lumbar support, heat for the seats, very easy. And accessibility on this, grab handle, really easy to get up in here. Okay.
Danny would like to know, what is the wheelbase?
You know what, Danny, I don't remember, doggone it. At the end, you're gonna have my, I don't wanna guess and say, hey, it's 192 and be wrong. So I'd like to get you that accurate information. But at the end, you'll have my cell phone number there. If you wouldn't mind, Danny, just drop me a quick text. I would even be happy to send you the full spec sheet on this entire chassis. It'll give you everything. Like the previous caller asked for tire size, it'll give you all that. You know, everything about the brakes, the transmission, the engine, the whole works. So very simple for me to just scan and email that to you. Okay? All right, so another beautiful thing about Super Cs, of course, is the ability to access everything under the hood very easily. As you can see, you can just walk right in here and get to everything very easily. Your transmission dipstick, your oil fill, your oil check, your power steering fluid, your fuel vapor separator, fuel water separator. Just right in front of you, everything is so simple and easy to get to. Air cleaner, of course. So, I'm sure many of you have seen on the diesel pushers with a side draft radiator, or rather on a rear draft radiator, it's not necessarily an easy operation to get to these things and service that unit. It's horrifying to think about it, but in some cases, they have to run that big oil hose in through the bathroom window and go through the hatch on the floor. And yeah, this eliminates all of those problems right there. This hood also has the soft close feature, so that'll put itself down without slamming in place right there. This is part of that 360-degree view camera system that we've got right here. I wanted to point out another thing I think Freightliner scored some good points on. This big heavy-duty front bumper right here is actually in 3 pieces. So this curved area right here unbolts and removes very easily in case of damage. You know, it's not going to be a major deal to get the whole front end fixed on this thing. Just very smart the way they have that kind of a breakaway panel right there in case of an impact. And with the rounded edge here that's not sharp, you're much less likely to do any damage to your tire in that case. So kudos to Freightliner. I think they scored a big one there. I like that a lot. All right, so this is the Cummins 360 with 1,050 foot-pounds of torque. And before you think, oh, 360, that's not gonna do it. I need a lot more than that. Well, you really don't. This is a perfect match with horsepower and torque for the weight of this unit. The way we get that 20,000 pound tow rating on here is the difference between GVWR and GCWR. That's how we get 20,000 pounds right there. So again, in the unlikely event that you completely max out the capacity of this chassis, which you're carrying capacity is about 7,000 pounds. It's highly unlikely you'll ever get there. But if you did, you can still tow 20,000 pounds behind it. So good to know. This moves down the highway really nice. It handles like a dream. I urge you to come down and let's go for a ride. I know you'll be very impressed. All right, so in addition to our Nova awnings out here, which gives you full patio coverage, we also have the window awning package. So there's 3 of those on this unit that pull down real easily with a rod and then hook on the hook right here. So if you don't want to put your main awnings out, you can do just the window awnings right there. Those are also covering up the frameless windows, which frameless windows I really love, I'll tell you. You can have those open when it's raining, or if it's raining, you'll probably have your window awnings down themselves. But you'll notice they have nice dark tint and no exposed rubber on there. So those are kind of nice to have on a unit right there. Okay, 4059, great floor plan. I can't wait to show it to you. The way this one is configured, it's really meant to be a 2-person unit. I'll explain that when we go inside here. First thing is, I purposely left the slides in here, not just to show you the flush style that they have on the outside, which I talked about, but you can get through this unit. Now, one thing you might be questioning is, okay, we've got what Bill says is a 2-person unit, but we have a half bath. Well, what's the reason for that? The main reason is the co-pilot can come back here, they can sit down, they can watch TV, they can cook a meal, they can go to the bed and take a nap. But if you want to get to the main bath back there, you've got to climb over the bed. Well, now they have access to a bathroom right here. And if your wife or husband is anything like my wife, I think she would like to have her own bathroom. So just a little something to think about. Even though it's a 2-person unit, nothing wrong with having a bath and a half. I'm going to start back here in the bedroom. Actually, while you're there, let me open these slides so you can see what this thing looks like. Let's go to the door side right here. Newmar has been the innovator of slide technology since 1989. They were the first ones to ever introduce a slide out in a motorhome, and they've never looked back. They have always had the best mechanisms and ease of control and functionality, fewest amount of warranty claims, and they've just evolved over the years. All the other manufacturers, in my opinion, I've watched this for a long time, they try to copy Newmar, but it always takes a couple of years. It's always a couple of years later when they do that. So over here, this is a full wall slide. And even though it doesn't go into the master bath back there, it's still considered a full wall slide. And FYI, when you have a galley in the slide, this slide is never going to be more than 18 inches in depth. That's across the board with every RV. So we've got 18 inches of travel over here, and we had 24 inches of travel over on this side over here. So we've opened up this space 3.5 feet inside here. All right, I already had the bedroom slide out. Okay, so let's talk about the master bath a little bit. First thing is, we do have the Splendide washer dryer setup in this thing. So very nice. I can order this in with or without that. There's a huge closet back here. This is in addition to the 2 closets that are in the bedroom. I'll show you those in a sec. We do have a safe back here. and lots of storage. And look at the depth of these drawers. This is really nice. All of the drawers in this unit have the soft close feature. So storage wise for a bathroom, this is incredible. Lots of space down there. Maybe another little wastebasket would be a nice touch. Little bit shorter drawers over here, but you don't find too many bathrooms with 6 drawers in them. And then a little extra depth in the medicine cabinet back here. Now let's talk shower. From your view right there, you may look at this and think, oh, boy, that's not very big. Well, I'm slightly above average size at 6 foot, 250 pounds. Let me show you how easily I've got room to do what I want in here. Plenty of extra headspace up above. And then even a nice teakwood seat that flips down. So if I want to sit down and do showering, I certainly can. But instead of taking up a lot of valuable real estate in this unit, I think they put the exact right size shower in this thing to cover the majority of people that are using this thing. Toilets. These have the macerating pumping toilets. So there's a button that you press when you're done. It'll flush, it'll macerate and grind up your waste and send it down to the tank. Now that's nice because it's easy, but it's also important to know that you don't have to use that silly RV toilet paper you see on the shelf. We joke about that, how it's so thin it's only got one side. That toilet paper will break down easier and not allow clogs to form in the system. Not an issue here because you've already ground up. So you can use that nice Charmin or Northern or whatever you want. You don't have to worry about that other stuff. Talked about the 4th entry in this unit. And it's really not an entry, it's an exit only. But this is like an emergency escape, which there's also one in the bedroom, not a door, but a window. And so in case of an emergency, you could just jump out of there and get away from this thing. But also, boy, I've got some nice air blowing by me right now. I got both air conditioners running on this thing and I can feel that cold air just blast right through here. So really nice if you want to get some air through into the bathroom right here. You got a big door to do so. All right, there is a 10-blade fantastic fan in the Galley, and where's the other one? Back here, thank you. So that operates from a wall switch inside here. You can raise and lower it, you can adjust your speeds. That's nice to get some air moving out of here. When I parked this thing, I noticed that the HVAC system told me it was 91 degrees in here already. So it was pretty warm. So I turned on my fans, opened a couple windows, I exhausted that heat out of here first. Now when I start my air conditioners, it can recover the temperature in here maybe 10 times faster. So get that hot air that's in the middle of the room here out, close those off, start your airs, your circulating cold air. Now it works way better having done that first. Okay, so king size bed on this one. And this does have outlets on both sides with USBs built into the outlets. One thing that's hard to see here is when you're laying in bed and you're looking straight up, there's a row of switches up here that will handle lighting. In fact, there's a master switch to turn everything off in the coach from up there. You can start and stop your generator. It's kind of nice. You're laying back and you're on your back and you're looking straight up at the switches. So not fumbling around on the sides or anything else. Great feature. Brilliant, brilliant move on Newmar's part to do that. So you saw the huge closet in the master bath. Well, we've also got good sized closet space in the bedroom here. If I would have shown you this first, you might have in your mind, oh my gosh, that's not that much closet space. Well, now you can see, obviously, there's a lot in here. And down below, we've got 5 drawers built in. Those are very deep, and they also have the soft close feature. That panel right down there has the glass in front of it because that's where your components for the TV can go. So DVD player, satellite receiver, that kind of thing. And in case you have the infrared style, it'll look through the glass and see that. So nice and easy setup on that right there. All right, so let's look in the forward area up here. I wanted to point out the Firefly system on this thing that Newmar uses. So from the home screen right here, I can always see what my voltages are in my batteries, and I can always see what my tank levels are right here. I can turn all of the lights on or off throughout the unit or in certain zones right there. I can operate my water pump. I can use my tank heaters on this thing. On the HVAC, I've come from 91 down to 80 in here. So that happened pretty fast. And I can select bedroom or living room temperatures right there. You can also download an app on your phone and Bluetooth to this. So you can do everything I just talked about from your phone as well. So very nice. Of all my lights, of course, I mentioned that I can do different areas throughout. But yeah, what a great system. Very easy to maneuver through that. You notice the articulation of the door right here, and you've probably figured out by now when we have these slides in, remember we got the full wall slide, we're coming in 18 inches. We want people to be able to walk past while you're in transit and enter. So that's the reason for the door setup like that. There is a lot of storage in this unit, which I'll try to get you a fairly good view. Turn the vanity light on too. So you've got fuses and breakers up there on the very top. You've got space above the toilet for extra items. You've got large compartments right here that I don't know if the camera can show it, but they do go back quite a ways in there. So lots of bathroom storage in this half bath as well. The glass bowl sink, very nice touch, and ample space underneath as well. Oh, got one more medicine cabinet. All right. So I mentioned this as being like a two-person unit. And this particular one was ordered in with the theater seating, which is straight across from the TV. And then the dinette style that's in this thing is going to be the one that does not make a bed. So very comfortable, and you do have a couple of leaves back there. You can extend this out. But the way that Newmar designed this right here, I tell you, I have seen so many units that tried to do something similar, but the wooden lambrequin or the back panel back here, it's just in the way and it's not comfortable. I can sit back in this thing and I don't feel any of that. And I'm very, very comfortable right now. So what a great setup. This feels fantastic. Same Corian here is in the Galley. And that televator, pay attention to that for a sec. I'll raise that up so you can see what that looks like. TV's down, you got the ability to look out the window and see what's going on out there. Otherwise, we raise this up, and that makes for a really nice entertainment system here, if you will. You also have the nice sound bar built in up above here. Remember the glass panel for your components up inside here. They didn't waste any space in this unit. There's overhead cabinets everywhere they could put them. And these are deep. These are really nice. You can put a lot of stuff in there. All right, so I want to mention some things on the Galley over here. Remember, Galley slides, never going to be more than 18 inches in depth. Nice residential faucet. These will stow away down inside there, so you can have those out of the way, not worried about where to put them. Nice big dual 18 gauge sink in stainless. Same thing over here, the removable covers. And I want to point out, because this is an all-electric coach, whenever you see those little slots on the sides, means you can grab this, you can unplug it, you can take this outside and cook outside with it. Very easy to do, nice feature. Again, why doesn't everybody do it? I don't know. What's important though is Newmar does. All right, so again, nice full depth drawers right here with the soft close. There's really lots of space in here. This drawer right here is, I would call it a utensil drawer, but you're gonna start off with just the simple thing right here. This would be great for a lot of those spatulas and things like that. This was that third way of operating the awning that I was talking about. So that's nice. Touch-up paint for all 4 colors on the outside. And of course the coup de grace, the dishwasher. How great is that? I mean, I'll tell you, I could use that so many times when I'm out in my RV, but I don't have it. The 19.7 cubic foot refrigerator right here. I just started this morning and it's cold. It didn't take long at all. This also has ice maker built in, which I decided to make a little ice for everybody to see. So that happened really quick as well. All right, so of course you've got water in the door. Remember, your inverter's on, you're powering up your fridge, designated outlets, you can use your microwave. That's a convection also, by the way. Very large. So with your inverter getting power off the batteries while you're traveling down the road, this is all free energy right here. So kind of a nice touch right there. Across from the Galley over here, we've got this pantry with 7 drawers built in. These lock into place, full depth again, nicely finished too. I mean, Newmar is just so fantastic with their build quality. I kind of named this myself. I call it Command Central. So you can do pretty much everything from this point over here. I talked about the solar panels. This has the upgraded 4-panel system up on top, 400-watt panels. Those go through that charge control module right there. Over here is just a button to boost your antenna, your digital antenna up on the roof. With that in the off position, it's getting a signal coming in from the outside on that cable outlet that I pointed out. With the light on, it's getting the signal to the TVs from the antenna. Energy management system right here, so you can designate different times of day for your generator to run and not run. You can have it come on and recharge your batteries at a particular time so that you know, your voltage drops to a certain level. It'll automatically charge it back up for you. You can have animals in here during the day. It'll start the generator and run the air, so it keeps the place cool automatically for you. And you can always see what the different things are doing going through this screen right here. You can see where your energy is going to. This is the control unit for the Oasis, and I didn't mention it outside, but you do have the ability to run this on electric or diesel. Now, diesel will warm up that vessel of glycol In about 20-25 minutes, it'll be up to full temperature. If you start cold and run it on electric, be it low or high, it'll take considerably longer. So always run your diesel-fired burner first, and then switch it to electric to maintain that temperature for you. All right, slide room controls, security lights on the outside, which they all have that, but coupled with the 360 view camera system that's on this, that's really works in conjunction together really nice right there. Okay, so otherwise we've got, you know, our lights. We can heat our block up. We'd say we got the generator going. We haven't started the engine yet. We want to preheat that engine. We can warm the block up so it starts very easy in severely cold weather. There is a step cover. If you look down right here, you can see that when you're in transit, you don't want to, you know, get a gust of wind hit you or take a quick turn and fall into the step well area right here. So you can see that protects that from happening. I can lock and unlock all my baggage doors from this point right here, and lock my entry door also. And then full shutdown of the electrical system for storage. You can turn your battery disconnect off. I did mention this has the Winegard satellite system. It's the in-motion system on this one. So you get some service from Dish or DirecTV, and you'll get the receivers and then get all set up so you can operate the 3 televisions that are in this thing. All right. No overhead bunk. This one actually has the huge entry with lots of storage up in here. There's a power shade that covers up that window that's operated on the dash over here. So if you want to kind of get it a little darker in here and not have maybe the sun beating through, you can close that off. This year Newmar has kind of changed this transition panel right here to allow a cutout for this seat to go back a little further. So nice little feature. They've kind of upgraded that to where, you know, big people can now drive this thing or ride in this thing and have lots of extra room. So that was a nice touch. Let's talk about a few things in the cab up here. So first, let me get my seat down a little bit. This has a pedal over here on the left side of the column, and that will tilt or telescope our wheel. So no matter what position you're in or what size you are, you can always get that thing adjusted so you can see through to the dash up in here. And maybe you want to just change it up a little bit on that trip. You're tired of your arms being in exactly the same spot. So kind of nice to be able to get that out of the way for ease of entry and exit also. Of course, you've got the cruise control system over here. You've got your light dimming controls. You've got this marker intermittent. You've seen like the truckers give you a little flash, let you know you're clear. You can get in front of them right there. You can do the same for others. You've got both an exhaust brake and an engine brake on here. These are the power windows. And that's kind of nice. Now I feel some of that cool air coming by. I can lock those doors from here quite easily. Test all my lights on the exterior with the push of one button so you can see if anything's out. There's a diff lock if you need some extra traction in a critical situation. I'll get to the camera in a sec here. That shade, if you look back up, this is how we close that off. I want to hurry up and close this off so you don't see the big bug spatter on the glass up there. All right, so this unit has air ride in the rear, spring ride in the front. And when we want to operate our jacks, those jacks are going to go down to the ground and then level this thing up. We can dump the air in the back of this thing so the jacks don't have to travel so far. And also when it does finally level, you're not sitting on that big airbag right there, which will still give you a little rocking motion. Dumping the air, setting your jacks down makes it rock solid to the ground right here. So that's kind of a nice feature. Very simple, you know, your USB ports, those are 2.1 amps, so you can do your tablets with that thing. You can automatically hit the regen on the particulate filter, but you don't have to, it does it automatically. That's a feature that a lot of truckers that are, you know, in the rest area all night long running their engines, they want to do that before they get back out on the road again. This is a big deal to me. I've been in the RV business such a long time, and I've watched the evolution of electrical systems in these things, and this is just so smart. Everybody pretty much has a boost that comes off the house batteries in the event of, say, your chassis battery has gone too low to start the engine. You feel very stranded at that point. Well, obviously you've got that feature so you could start the engine off the house batteries. Great. But what if it's in reverse? What if your house batteries, for whatever reason, have gone dead, and now you don't have the ability to even start your generator? Well, it's sitting right here next to the gen start switch. You can jump off the chassis and then start your generator. So you're not going to be in a stranded situation because they did the jump starting both directions on this. And just, why didn't I think of that, you know, a lot of years ago? I mentioned the docking lights outside, so of course you can see what you're doing at night all the way around this thing. And then ceiling lights in the cab right here if you want to read a map or something. But let's talk about our touchscreen stereo setup right here. Obviously, you know, radio is going to give us the AM, FM to whatever we want to listen to. In the media center or Bluetooth or HDMI, we can have different things coming into the system right here to listen to. And then Sirius XM, you can have that enabled. You can Bluetooth something from, say, your phone to listen to through there. Okay, come on. Oh, I'm on band, sorry. Okay, so auxiliary input as well. Now the navigation system, you can get to straight from here. You can set up different colors and dimming in your screen and things like that. But let's talk about the camera system for a sec. From this screen right here, I can use this like security cameras, so I can look down the left side. I can look out the back. I can do my 360 view and see all the way around this thing. It is absolutely fantastic. Now our little Mercedes have these as well, and it's just a great feature to have. It just makes so much sense. The right camera looking down, there's the slide room that's open over there. Now from the rear, we've got some different choices. In the normal position, you see straight down the back of the unit right here, and that's the back of the motorhome. So essentially you can back right up to something without ever turning your head. You can get inches away. In a horizon view, when you're traveling, it's nice to see way out to the sides over here. So you can see both of those other lanes if you're in the center. It's really a fantastic view, so you can see quite a lot from there. If you need to hitch up on this thing, this purposely gets the camera aiming straight down. You've got your ball mount. That's a little slang right there. But you've got your ball mount and you see the ball on top of that thing. You can back right up to that trailer coupler and get it spot on. Very easy to do. It's a nice system. And then the navigation on this thing, of course, has multiple features, and you can put in your addresses just like all of them. But very nice, user-friendly system on this. This has fantastic air conditioning on this thing. It will blast really hard and cold. and maybe even cool off close to half this unit. But what about the other half? Well, that's why I love that 8,000 watt generator. I'm traveling down the road, I can have both my airs going. The co-pilot can be up cooking a meal in the microwave convection combo over there. My refrigerator's always cold, I'm making ice, I'm watching TV, I'm taking a nap, all that stuff while we're traveling down the road. So when I buy this thing, I'm gonna make sure Cynthia gets behind the wheel so I can go back and play while she's driving. And no reason you guys can't do the same thing. Bring your co-pilot down, not being sexist here, it could be either way, and let's both drive this thing. And I wanna show you how easy this is. Great visibility, wonderful handling. The brakes are very easy. You don't have to get hard into those like you do on some of the gas motorhomes. So I think you'll find that this unit is gonna check all the boxes for you. I can't wait to show it to you in person. Please come down to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado, and ask for me. I'm Bill Hurtado. I'm glad to show you everything, take you out, let's practice a little bit. My goal is to help you find the right RV. So if it's not this one, I probably have one that is right for you. So once again, here's our Super C 2023 model, model 4059, and I've got others as well, but let's get together when you can. Hopefully my number's on the bottom of the screen right here. That's 714-809-4813. That's my cell. Go right to my pocket and text, email, send me a smoke signal, whatever you want to do, and I'll get back to you right away. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your time.